Afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Got some water. So yeah, had a very productive day the other day. So I mentioned a little while ago that I have been interested. Sorry. For anyone who might be feeling a little scared. But I've been interested in shorts for a while. But I tried for a while to make some shorts that were like, some shorts that were like stream highlights and funny clips and stuff, and it just wasn't really clicking for me. It kind of made me feel really like, I was just like, ugh, I just don't really care about doing that. And I was like, I just know that I can't motivate myself to just upload stream highlights and clips. It just doesn't feel like I'm really adding to anything. It's just kind of the same thing again. But I did think, well, going back to explain it, I'll talk about it. Don't worry. But today, just to clarify for the stream, all I want to do today is just have a little chat. But I want to talk a little bit about some of my plans for these sorts of things, because this is just the first of many. I actually have another short that's already finished and it's uploaded unlisted, and I'm gonna put it up next time I stream. Karos, thank you very much for the super. What sauce would I prefer? I'd prefer my secret sauce. Buffalo! But basically, I think back to when the Demon Hungers came out, and I was very excited to teach you all a lot more about, the world I come from. And I recognize that in my excitement, I think I went about it in far too auteurish of a way, where some people were able to follow along and were really excited by it. But the vast majority of people who might have tuned into a stream would be just absolutely lost and confused. So it created a very strong experience for some people, but it was very confusing for a lot of people, especially with an audience that is, has a huge ESL population. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be so fun to try and explain a lot of this stuff in a way that's very ultra accessible? Because at the end of the day, YouTube is all about adapting. And you have to adapt, but you should also hold on to what it is that you personally love. So, sorry, we got another super from Parfait. Thank you very much for the super. Have a good night. I'm having the best night right now. Hold on, guys. Just gonna shut the door to my studio. Somebody's drilling outside. There we are. So you kind of have to hold on to your identity. And watching your stream, I saw somebody mention Vsauce earlier, and it's true. Vsauce used to make long form videos, and then he always kind of sees the tide of change on YouTube and adapts. When YouTube Red series were a thing, he made Mindfield, which was the most, in my opinion, the best YouTube Red show that we ever got, although I haven't seen In Space with Markiplier. And then he also has adapted to YouTube Shorts, and even though I miss the long-form Vsauce YouTube videos, the shorts are really, really fun as well. And I think it's about time that I adapted a little bit as well. And these are a way of me having a little bit of adding some creative flair to my daily life, and I'm glad I remember to put that trigger warning at the start of this, at the start of the short with the little trypophobia warning, because it is creepy, isn't it? It is creepy. Yukimi, thank you very much for the super. Yippee! Misty, thank you very much for the super. On a scale of how intense is that short you uploaded? I have trypophobia. If you have trypophobia, don't watch it. There is a warning at the start that says, warning trypophobia, don't watch it. If you have trypophobia, do not watch it. It's horrible. What's exciting for me is that I sent messages to a bunch of artists asking, like, you know, who might be interested in helping me do so. I tried contacting some brand new horror-themed artists that I hadn't talked to before. And I struggled to sort of, like, contact anybody. But then I remembered, of course, my good friend, Melikas, who illustrated the Demon Hungers, is a very good friend of mine. And so I hit her up. And I asked, would you be interested in drawing something for this? And being the fucking legend that she is, I described that demon to her, and she came back with 3 full illustrated versions of that face, like in one night. We didn't discuss price, we didn't discuss time, anything. In one night, she was like, have this. And then I said, can we get a little bit more? And then just bam, 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 bam. So she's brilliant, and she said it was just fun for her because she's such a big horror fan and was really kind of artistically excited to get to work on something like that, because, you know, she's sort of been struggling with, you know, drawing a lot of the same stuff for a while. So she's really, really excited to work on some spooky stuff with me. So we're going to work on a lot of stuff together, and like you may have seen on Twitter last night, if I see some really interesting fan art, I may ask to use those, you know, because if I'm about to commission for one of these shorts that I'm going to make about various demons, but then I see fan art that suits it perfectly, then bada bing. Because when I saw Meat Squirrel's art the other day, I thought I was about to commission, you know, somebody for some art for a different short, and then I was like, oh, there it is. This is all I need, and bang, you know, because that's what YouTube Shorts are all about. You really need to just roll with the punches and to be able to produce as many of them as possible. And when you're doing it right, and you're not stooping to using AI art and all of that kind of stuff, you need to use whatever art you can find, whatever art you can get your hands on. You've got to push ahead with it. Malikas was saying that she wanted to take some time to sort of perfect it, and I said, no, you know, this works as is, even as like a concept sketch. All of these drawings, can you believe that? She looked at that art in the video and she said, I don't think this is good enough. I was like, no. We just need to bam, 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 get it moving. Which is really exciting for me. Yusha, thank you very much for the super. I have trypophobia, yet I will watch that short over and over again. That's how much I fancy you. Well, that is your own choice. I'm glad that you want to support me and watch that short over and over again. But I will have more coming out. Vanta told me that the right way to do it is to upload a short right as you start streaming. So that's what I'm going to try doing. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to have a short ready for every stream, obviously, especially if we're streaming a lot. But with the pace that Melly is able to work at, I think we should be able to put out a lot of interesting stuff. Kumaki, thank you very much for the super. Kairos, thank you very, very much. Italian Love Cake, thank you very much. The lesser known types that are living among us. Now that's exactly it. It's exactly right. Because I love Backrooms, SCP type YouTube shorts. And I know and have encountered all kinds of weirdo creatures like this. I've encountered so many of these little characters, and I could tell you so much about all of them. So instead of having to make anything up, instead of needing to dip into some kind of, I don't know, existing mythology, I'm just going to write what you know. I'm just pulling from what I know. And I'm going to teach you all about how to protect yourself from some demons out there, because because they are out there. They're all around the world, and all world religions and mythologies come from real world experiences throughout history of people running into these various monsters, whether they're from whether they're from what you might call pagan mythology, whether they're from what you might from sort of more Eastern mythology. There are beasts and demons all over the place, and all of them, almost all of them, some of them are harmless, but very few. All of them are pretty dangerous. So if you know how to protect yourself, then we're good. So the more people that see these, the better, the more chance that I have of protecting people. And I'm even going to make one about myself. I'm going to make one that teaches people how to protect themselves from me, which ought to be good. When you protect us, I can't protect everybody. Can you elaborate on the B danger rank? How high does it go? You'll see. You'll see. I might do a breakdown short that talks about the different ranks once we get more shorts out, one of each. So it's very exciting. It's very exciting. So this, oh my God. I wanted to start with the dispensary, because this one was very traumatizing for me when I first encountered one, because I saw somebody undergoing that transformation. It was back in the 60s, and I was already living in London at the time, but I hadn't really come out. I didn't really go out all that much during the 60s. Which is a shame, because there was a wonderful, wonderful disco culture at the time. But I didn't really experience it for that long. I was still kind of keeping myself on lockdown. But there was somebody who I knew who was very, who was going through a lot of problems, who I was struggling to get through to. And they were a part of a group that I was running. And what I like to do is I wanted to make sure that I knew everybody personally. And one day we were having a session and they didn't show up. And for one of the few times I thought, I need to go and check on this person. So I went out and I went to go see where they lived. And this person had always struggled with, substances, and particularly stuff like club drugs. And I think they had just gotten some from the wrong place, because when I found them, they were just sat hunched over in this corner, shadows. It was very, very sort of like creepy and artistic, and they were just sat hunched over this little bottle, pulling these little pellets out of their face and just washing them under the sink and putting them in this little pill bottle. It was like the way they do this, because it's pure instinct. It's as instinctual as mating is. That's essentially how they reproduce. The moment that drug makes its way into your body, that really the drug is the demon itself. It transforms you just completely, body and soul, from inside out. Really, the soul has already been consumed by the pill itself, and then the demon assumes control of you. And those holes start to open up, and then as naturally as breeding, you just make sure that those pills are nice and safe. And in our modern context, that is a little bottle of pills. And I just saw it. I was in shock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but thankfully I was able to put them out of their misery and dispose of everything. But it was after that I did a bunch of research, and I found out how common this kind of thing is. So guys, if you're running out of your prescription, make sure you wait to get it from your local pharmacy or from anywhere like that, and make sure there's nothing off about the medications you take. If your pills look different one time, when you fucking ask your doctor. Alice, thank you very much for the super. Are you a firefighter? Because you make me hot and wet. Not as hot and wet as the dispensary is when all of those little bastards start coming out of its face. But that's not my choice. That's just the way of the world. But thank you for the super regardless. So that's just one of many things. And there are all kinds of different ones I want to tell you about. I have the best one. I want to spoil some of them. I want to spoil some of them in like vague detail, because some of these guys are so, they are interesting. I mean, I have so much reason to despise these things, but they are so interesting. Okay. I'll give you one minor spoiler. Okay. So some of them I've told you about already. Some of these guys I've mentioned offhandedly before. But there's one that I want to tell you about, hopefully in the next week or so, who is what I describe as a D class, D danger class demon, which I would describe as completely harmless. A demon that has almost no way of harming you. And this demon is fascinating. It's utterly fascinating, and I've seen only a couple of them, but really I might have seen millions and not known it. It's a demon with no brain. Moves almost like a you know how jellyfish are swept along by the currents, and they move through the water. They're alive, technically, but they just sort of go. There's a demon that's made of cream. It is its body, but it's not quite whipped cream, but it's just a flavorless cream. They call it the Creamin'. And I'm going to do a short about the Creamin', and you're going to love it. That's going to be a funny one. The Creamin's not very scary at all. As far as we're aware, no one in history has ever been killed or hurt by a Creamin', because they're made of cream. What are they going to do to you? All they want to do is find more cream to add to their body to the point where they would become solid enough to do some harm to you. But they get blown apart by a gust of wind, and yet, because a blob of cream can be impossibly small, they're technically invincible. So, while they're harmless, they don't really go away. They're like tardigrades. So, they're a little fucked up. They're a little fucked up, but you don't have to worry about those. Just make sure that if you have access to a large store of cream, maybe you work at a coffee shop, don't let them in. Lina Jade, thank you so much for the super. Hope that I can beat my fear. That's good. I'm glad you're interested in seeing what I've been working on. That's very, very sweet of you. Margarita, thank you for the super. If anything, can I please come to you if the demon is very scary and powerful? Maybe. I'll look out for trying to protect people as best I can if I have the ability to, but the best way that I can protect you is with information. I can inform you and educate you about all of that. So yeah, yesterday I was planning on streaming, but then I just kind of got this like vroom to like make that to make that shot. I hadn't edited it, I hadn't started it at all. All I had was the artwork from Melly, and then I thought, fuck it, I'm doing it today. And then I just sat down and vroom, I just did it, and I was like so excited. I was so excited to start working on this thing. I felt this like this spark, and I was like, yeah, this is so fun. Because I love watching these sloppy YouTube shorts about the back rooms and shit. I always find it so intriguing, especially those like built by gamers ones where it's like, now you do not want to try this TikTok trend. These kids got stuck in the back rooms because they wrote a little line on a plaster. But then you get stuck in a maze where wall hugging won't work, and you only have 46 minutes. It's bullshit. It's just made up, but it's fun and cool. And the thing is, none of my shit is made up. This is all from my life. I'm just going to recall hundreds of years of different stories and kind of bring those out. And it's going to be great. I'm so excited. Foxy Birdie, thank you so much for the super. Have you seen the Backrooms movie from A24? I have. Kane Pixels, yeah, amazing that he's managed to get into that position at such a young age, but his videos are amazing. Oh, what's it called? The one with the rolling giant. The longest, the oldest view. Insane. So beautifully made. Really brilliant. Sabina Caddy, thank you so much for the Aku Super. Hi, my lord. First of all, thank you so much, as always, for your hard work. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sabina. Happy birthday to you. So much for everything. You're wonderful, creative, and amazing soul. I love you too. Thank you very, very much for the Aku Super. And I hope you have a wonderful birthday. The Creamin' just spooked the dog. The puppy would eat him. The puppy would eat the Creamin'. There's nothing to worry about. Lucy, over all of Kindred's and your wife of 8 years, what are you choosing? Random question, but wanted to know. Well, having a wife of 8 years is news to me. I do not have a wife of 8 years. So there's not really much choice to make. I think I would like to go for all Kindred if I if I was to have to make a choice. The cremins are dead when you eat them. No, they really survive. It's like mitosis. When they split apart, each one becomes. It's like when you chop a worm in half. Each half of the worm gains a new consciousness. So even if you were to fully digest all the cream, they would live on as like individual molecules that would very slowly come back together over thousands of years, which would suck, right? Imagine getting eaten as a cremin. But I'm not going to tell you too much. I got some really funny shorts planned for that one. So that one's going to be a funny one, but we've got some other really scary ones planned as well. Damien, thank you very much for the super. I want to squish your face and cheesy kiss you all over. I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I felt helpless. I felt helpless for a long time because in the beginning I just didn't really understand. I worked so hard on my film and then I was trying to kind of get a lot of this information out there, but it felt like a lot of people didn't want to hear it. But now I'm like, I actually can help. I can help inform people about this because people are out there dying to demons every single day. People are disappearing and not coming back every single day. So if more people know about them, more people will have a chance to stop them. So yeah, as far as it goes for the dispensary, make sure you check your pills. And there will be more that I'm going to inform you about. Yuri, thank you very much. So excited to see what you're planning. As a big horror fan, this is so intriguing. Can't wait to learn more. I love horror, and I think the big reason why I wanted to start with the dispensary, is because I love those thumbnails that are like just creepy, you know, and the eyes on that thing, they're like the, you know, really, really nasty. And I think Melly did such a wonderful job sort of conveying the sort of panic in that creature's face, like it sort of wasn't expecting you to find it. And I like how, I'm telling you right now what it is. I hate to say it. It's a tale as old as time. In order to succeed, I must clickbait. I have to... there are so many moral barriers you can cross on YouTube, and I think in the grand scheme of things, clickbait is pretty mild. With AI content farms going and fucking unethical prank videos that were big back in the day, I think a little bit of clickbait, in order to get the good word out, I can forgive myself for that. Lucy, you don't even say I love you back, but I do love you. I'm sorry, I'm just talking so fast. I love you too. Thank you, Lucy, for the super. And Robin, thank you for the super. So happy we'll be learning about new demons. Thank you, my lord. Of course, Robin. And it's people like you who kind of gave me the confidence to feel like I could share this sort of thing. So it's not going to be much of a problem. Konbanwa, Akuma. Why do you cover the other eye? Because it's kind of it's fucked up and evil. Miri Lively, thank you very much for the super. I love that you're so excited to share more about your lore and experiences. Can't wait to see all your projects. I love you too. Thank you very much. I'm having a great time. Patricia, I can't wait for more demon shots. I'm a huge Junji Ito fan. I mean, that's what I was saying when because Melly, I don't have any real photographs of the dispensary when I found it, but so I had to just kind of describe it to Melly, but she did a wonderful job of capturing it, and I did keep saying, like, this looks so Junji Ito, you know, what she was drawing. Beautiful art, brilliant voice and storytelling. I'm sad. Thank you very much for the super. I'm glad you like it. Avis, thank you very much for the super. The Creeman reminds me of an anime called Mushishi, a series of stories of mysterious creatures. I'm excited. I'm glad you're excited. I mean, that's sort of the idea. I just want to create this, you know, create this library, a little sort of bestiary, a menagerie, if you will, of fantastic and bizarre creatures that you should look out for and try to survive. Fantastic demons and how to not die to them is what I'm going to be working on them. Is that what I'm going to be working on? Will they come for my ass if I draw them in the future? Not at all. Well, maybe. I don't know, really. I'm not sure how online many demons are. I'm sure some of them are, because some people have... Obviously, there was Irod and his gang last year, but I don't know how... I would say don't worry about it. As long as you follow the steps I outline in the... as long as you follow the steps I outline in the shorts in order to protect yourself, then you should be okay. I reckon you should be okay. Can I summon them? I would strongly recommend you don't do that. There will not be, in the for a similar reason that Breaking Bad doesn't provide an accurate step-by-step guide on how to cook meth. My YouTube shorts will not include any information on how to summon these demons, because I would not recommend it. I would be putting a lot of dangerous power in your hands. Meth, yes, that's what Breaking Bad is about. Breaking Bad is about crystal meth. Have we not... did you guys not know that? That's what the entirety of Breaking Bad is about. Can I be summoned? I don't know. I've never been summoned before. I certainly... I'm curious. I'm a minor. I'm sorry, you failed. You failed the test. You failed the test. I have to ban you now. Sorry. This is not the stream for you. This is not the stream for you. Too easy. Minor eliminated. Well, in the grand scheme of things, even if I had to ban them from the stream, at the very least, they know more about how to protect themselves from the dispensary. And that's a good thing at the end of the day, isn't it? Bay, thank you very much. Also, really enjoyed your narration and editing of the short. Yeah, I just felt really... Because what I love is... It's the changing times, right? Because that short is a... You know, it's a style of... You know... I guess you could call it like a microfilm. That editing style exists for a reason. It exists within the ecosystem of YouTube, and I think parodying and sort of aping those other YouTube shorts that are just making shit up about the backrooms is something I enjoy. I really enjoy watching those, even if that stuff is just all fiction. It's so interesting to just listen to what people come up with for their sort of headcanons and ideas about the backrooms. So I'd love to be able to work on these for a while. I'd love to be able to make them with a bigger budget if I can. Katkitoshi, I love Backrooms SCP stuff and I've been wanting something new. Yippee! Already love the first one. Well, there's going to be another one very, very soon, possibly as early as tomorrow. But then I believe Melly is going to be away for a bit, so we won't be able to work on a new one for maybe a couple more days. But there will be more. There will be more. Don't worry. I've got a whole list of ones I'm excited to talk about. Lace, thank you very much for the super. Can't wait to know more about the different demons that you've met and more lore crumbs. Love you lots. I love you too. Thank you very much for supporting me. While Kindred can't summon you, Crisis's can summon you easily for a 5v5. Now this is true. They can summon me with the legendary summoning circle known as a Discord call. Winter, do you think any demons have human followers like you? Maybe not to your extent, but something like sneaking into groups? Well, that's interesting. There have been a few of those, most notably among them was this one guy who I won't name, who had who sort of had like a task force that he would use to sort of wipe out all the competition. And those guys were all humans, at least mostly. I don't know if they had any demons in their employ, but that's not someone I'm going to talk about for some time. Sunny, thank you very much for the super. Throughout my experiment, apparently the word "iat-b" was not allowed on this site. No, scared of all what you've spoiled, but I love you. No need to be scared. I'm going to teach you how to protect yourself, and I will eat you. Delicious. Delicious. So that's, what I'm most excited about at the moment. Really, really looking forward to doing some more of that. And yesterday I got a lot done. I a couple of days ago, actually. So after the last stream we did, because I was feeling so upset about my runecrafting cape, I went for a big long walk. I mean, not because of that. I mean, I was fine. It's, you know, it's sad, but it's not like the end of the world. I went out, I took out my trusty Z Fold 6, and I wrote a song. And I really like it. The goal with this one, I'm not sure when it's going to be done, but I wrote a bunch of lyrics. I just kind of banged out the lyrics for a song, and I came up with it, and I was like, this is pretty fun. You got like some funky stuff. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I'm going to kind of go about maybe trying to get that produced at some point. And the idea is I'd love to do a music video in 3D with some dancing and stuff like that. And I think most of all, if I could give you a little sort of description of it, something's been bothering me lately. And it's the fact that while I've been struggling, you know, with my mental health recently, I think that there have been times where little bits of, you know, sometimes more than others, I think that a lot of my problems leak through me while I'm streaming more than I'm comfortable with. And I think that what I've done is wound up confusing and worrying people in a certain way. And instead of getting online and doing some kind of big statement to describe, this is why I'm feeling this way, I wanted to put it all into a work of art. I wanted to try and sort of make this sort of Odyssey style song, not of the Mario type, but more of like a journey where I can sort of describe a lot of those feelings in a way that feels funky and upbeat and fun, and in a way that allows me to sort of encourage discussion of what I've been through rather than kind of begging people to take it seriously. So I think that's the way I'd prefer to go about it. How's that going? And I'm working on plans for something fun to stream next year. It's difficult to say what it's going to be, but I want to do some big collabs that are British themed. I don't know how else to describe it, but I wrote up a whole plan the other day. I was really motoring the other day. I would have streamed, and I was thinking about what to stream, but I was only really motivated to do this kind of thing yesterday. So that's just what I did. How about this year? No, it's got to be next year. That one's got to be next year, because I got lots going on. That AG one really did wonders. Perhaps it did, yeah. That will be FNAF related. We do still have to play Secret of the Mimic, don't we? We definitely should do that. Definitely should. I'm kind of curious to see what other livers are going to say about the shorts I'm making. I feel like it's going to kind of take some people by surprise. But I'm looking forward to someone being like, huh? Being like, what the fuck is he doing? What is this? That thumbnail scared me. Can you speak more Britishified? What is your internal understanding of what Britishified means? Do you mean like more, oh yes, the dogs and I shall be venturing out to York this afternoon. Perhaps we shall enjoy a wander down the shambles, and we shall be having afternoon tea with Elizabeth for 11s. Or do you perhaps mean more like, go on, mate, fucking hoof it, back of the net. What the fuck you think you're doing, mate? Astronut, thank you for the super. Have you thought about adding CC Subs translation to the Demon Hungers? That, I believe we already have subtitles on it. I think, CC, I think we have JP and CN subs on it already. I'm sorry if those aren't working for you. Robin, thank you for the super. Finally, I have an excuse to ask these questions. Can demons be summoned like in the movies with the circle and stuff, or is it different? And have demons been able to adapt or evolve to this constantly changing modern world? They can absolutely be summoned. One of my favorite stories about a summoning gone awry was this story that a guy told me. He was an incubus, a real son of a bitch. I've told you guys about him before. And he began life when he was, well, you know, sort of began his life on Earth when he was summoned by sort of around the you know, the turn of sort of the golden age of Hollywood. He was American, summoned in Hollywood by a sexually frustrated Hollywood executive, who he killed, and then became a Hollywood star. He became a star of spaghetti western films. And was summoned very much in the traditional way with the circle and the incantation and all that kind of stuff. So demon rituals very much do exist. And have they been able to evolve to modern standards? Well, yes. The dispensary is a really good example. While in modern days, they get those pellets into people by putting them in these little pill bottles, which I imagine they would have evolved through a very rapid natural selection, because of course the dispensary is born and dies at an incredibly rapid rate. So of course they can evolve quite quickly. The pill bottles are obviously a more modern invention. In the past, it likely would have been in some other way, perhaps by slipping it into food, maybe, because, you know, food used to be a lot more scarce. People, you know, peasantry throughout the world would have very little choice about what they ate. So if people had no choice of what to eat, a dispensary could hide some of these little pellets in anybody's food, and they would have no choice but to eat it up, just like you're giving a pill to a dog and its food. So, you know, they do sort of grow up a little bit and evolve more with time. What the hell is that caption? I mean, there could be a demon in your meds. It is a little bit of clickbait. But what's YouTube without a bit of clickbait? What's YouTube without a big ass in the thumbnail? Well, this is part of the This is part of the cultural identity of YouTube. You got to get used to this kind of thing. One of my favorite things about doing this has been taking these, you know, mostly serious stories and trying to fit them into the framework of a I'm trying to fit them into the framework of an ordinary YouTube short, because it leads to some really unintentional comedy. So I've made one that you're going to see very soon, another one that I've already made. And you can see one that I've already made. And the funniest part about it is that it's not as disturbing as the dispensary, but it's more sort of astrophobia core, right? But it's like very dark, very serious, very surreal, sort of scary and all that kind of stuff. But then it ends with the classic "and that's why" loop. And I did that and I was like, this is funny. This is funny. You know, I have to like appreciate the humor in my situation. I can't take this all too seriously because I am a demon who makes YouTube videos. This has never been serious to begin with. I have to appreciate the comedy in it. So by just fully embracing the slop TikTok loop meta exactly, you not only have this hilarious sort of genre bend of different styles, but you also have a way of me getting these stories to new people. And, you know, what is there to be upset about that, huh? Wednesday, thank you very much for the super. Good to see you again, mon bébé. Summon you in the name of your goth wife. See, now you're getting the terminology right. Good girl. You being excited to give me inspiration to write more horror. Ooh, seeing art of you in a more creepy light is fun. Yeah, I've very much enjoyed seeing the creepy artwork of me. You know, it definitely helps me see things in a different light. I think it's quite interesting. I saw a demon some people saw in that way. The reason why I keep saying I'm not cute, I'm terrifying, is many people have been terrified of me. Tokitos, thank you for the super. God said the peeler is the way to saving the dispensary demon. Sadly, as much as I would love to think so, once someone has taken that pill, unless you manage to very quickly get them to throw it up, there is no saving them. And this kind of is a bit of a running theme where many people who've run afoul of these demons may seem like they're alive, but they're very much already gone. There is another one, different from any that I've talked about before, where it's the kind of thing where you can spare them a more horrendous afterlife, but you can't save them once they've kind of been sucked in. But that's something I'll talk about a little bit more another time. Little Lunar XC, thank you for the super. Is there a group or organization that can take care of high-ranking demons? Not really. I mean, high-ranking ones they just tend to look out for themselves, and they tend to sort of keep things a little secret. So they're going to be fine. But if it comes to fighting them, I mean, they're high-ranking for a reason. They're pretty difficult to figure out. And I think a lot of demons know that they couldn't kill the majority of human beings on Earth. Like, if all the armies of the world turned on them, as they probably would if they were too publicly known, then they probably wouldn't win. So a lot of them choose to be more hidden. Not all of them, but many of them. Lays, thank you very much for the super. Since demons can have single or multiple powers, what do you think is your strongest power? Will we know more in the future about your other powers, if you have any? Well, it depends on what you mean by strongest. I mean, if you're thinking about destructive force, it's got to be that all expending fucking beam attack that I chopped Erod in half with. But in terms of sort of breadth, I mean, the voice power has gotten me out of a whole load of jams. Gotten me out of a couple of jams. So I don't know. I'm not very good at flying either. But I'll see. Sunny, thank you very much for the super. Please get the demons out of my meds. Listen, just make sure that there's no slime on your meds. Make sure there's no slime. Make sure you know where your meds are coming from. Do not, if somebody offers you if you can't get enough of your prescription medication, and somebody in an alleyway gives you, you know, your meds in a little baggie, don't take it. Don't take it, because you don't know. You don't know where it's coming from, okay? You don't know where it's coming from. Sunny, thank you very much for the super. You called me in my dream, so I tried to write down what you said to me on paper. Within a dream, and then I wake up, I have to write it down again. In reality. Sometimes I think when I sleep, nice. Maybe it's because someone's dreaming about me. Said it could end up in normal stores. It can. It can. I mean, this is rare. But this is rarer, but this is why I'm saying make sure you know what you're taking. You know, study the brand. Study what you're doing. Don't randomly take something if you don't know where it's come from. Run it by your doctor before you take it, you know. You have to be careful with these things. You must be careful. TLAs, thank you for the super. Oh, I'm sorry you had a nightmare. Don't worry. I'm here to give you more nightmares. It's going to be alright. Yui, thank you for the super. Just watched my VTuber child's outfit reveal. Fun that my boss didn't give her my work credit, so she ended up using your Twitter profile picture instead. I made it onto the credit page. Yes. They think it's official. It's so cute. Aww. I'm glad to be standing next to you in an official capacity. That's kind of sweet. And right now, I've just got so many thoughts. What rank am I? Well, there's no official ranking system. I'm making the danger class system just as a way of sort of gamifying it almost. You know, that's to sort of help people get to grips with what they're up against. But it's also to make it fun. You know, demons themselves don't have, you know, an official ranking system. There are just some that have more power than others. If I was to be really honest about my danger class, I'm not S tier. Probably more like A. I'm more powerful than the dispensary, which is B, but I'm not as powerful. I'd describe S tier as completely indestructible, world-ending threat. S tier is like the only reason we're still alive is because this demon is ignorant to their power or has simply chosen to let us live. Do I have a ticket to the demon world? What if I fall in love with another demon? You won't. Because I'm the hottest one. That is my best power. I'm the hottest one of them all. Robin, thank you for the super. Do those 7 deadly sins exist, like Satan, Beelzebub, and all of those? Well, we did lose Satan recently. She did graduate. But yes, the 7 sins do very much exist. And what's interesting is that every demon has what we'd like to call a dominant sin. And a dominant sin is one of those 7 that is present in every demon, and it sort of dictates their personality and their powers. So I know what mine is, but I'm not going to tell you. There will come a time for that. But you can sort of, that's a fun challenge. Whenever I release a YouTube short, why don't you think about what the dominant sin in all of those demons might be? Like, what do you think it is for the dispensary? Is it gluttony? Is it envy? Being too goofy. That's the 8th deadly sin, being too goofy. That's true, actually. I'm surprised you knew that. Astronaut, thank you for the super. That's adding CC subs to your YouTube shorts like the Demon Hungers had. That would help a lot for us non-native fans. I'm not sure how possible that is for YouTube shorts. I'm very new to it. So I'll give it a go. These days, it's very easy to get a translation done. There are all kinds of services that you can use to get translations done. So obviously, you know, a lot of you guys like to use machine translation, DeepL, and all that kind of stuff. So because I wouldn't really have time to get a human translator for all my shorts, because you got to make those things fast. But yeah, the Creeman is gluttony. Well, the Creeman could be envy as well, because the Creeman tries to build itself up to resemble a human more. So it could be envy. You don't know. Yeah, you would have to talk to them, but the Creeman can't speak because it has no brain. It's made of cream. Wednesday, of course you can cuddle. Of course you can have a cuddle with me. Someone translated it already. That's so sick. I love having you guys as my fans. You guys are so cool. Tokito, thank you for the super. Took out my big bowl so I would fill it with more delicious food. Took out your big bowl. Thank you for the super. Cleon, thank you very much. I watched the short and it broke my no saying curse words. Always knew I'm not a horror person. With you, I become the horror person. I got him. Don't say this to me. It's okay, of course. But I'm glad I managed to get you to you know, you got to know curse words rule. Because you're not a horror person, but if you are a horror person, I can make you say a curse word for a different reason. But that's neither here nor there. Hopefully I can manage to produce that sort of a reaction another time. There are all kinds of these different stories that I want to share. Are all demons open about being a demon, or do some disguise themselves? If they interact with humans in order to consume souls, most of them disguise themselves. The dispensary disguises itself as pills. The pills themselves really are the demon rather than the body itself, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around. But most of them are, you know, sort of the wolf in sheep's clothing, and many of them can take a very abstract form. So there's a lot you have to watch out for. It's difficult being a human being in a world full of demons, but that's why I'm here. Probably you're keeping a secret. You're one of your power can just be A rank. Let's see. We will see. We will see. I don't know when we'll see, but we will see. Wallflower, thank you very much. If I had to choose the type of sin of the dispensary, it would be sloth or gluttony, mindlessly taking the medication or the effects of fatigue. You know, if anything, it probably is gluttony, because the dispensary is gluttony or greed, because it's a consequence of, you know, hastily taking medication you're not sure about. You know, if you're, you know, like a uni student who's behind on a deadline and you want to get like some Ritalin or something to try and stay up all night, and then you just go behind the alley to get some. It's easily they could have slipped one into there, and then, you know, you take one of those and it's over. It's over for you. You're going to be ooze by the end of it. You're going to be a puddle. Can demons have more than one sin? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. I mean, the thing is that everyone's got a personality, and I think that everyone is represented in many ways by, you know, humanity's 7 deadly sins exist because we all have all of them, but usually there is one that prevails in each person, and especially in each demon, and that's why they sort of have that, and it kind of leads to defining who they are. Hearing your voice gives me energy. Well, that's good. I am the voice demon after all. Do you have another demon form that's scarier than the ones you've showed us? I mean, theoretically, the more that I kill, the larger I will become. So surely there is a way that I look that is even larger than what I've already had, but that remains to be seen. Hopefully we never do see that, because it could be dangerous. It's randomly appeared on my homepage. What the fuck is the title, bro? It scared you. It's because this is a formal warning. Really, I'll eat you is there because I want to be a little coy and flirtatious and be like, I'm gonna... But mostly it's there because, you know, I want to talk about some demons today, and they will eat you. And I am a demon, and there is a non-zero chance that if you're around, I might eat you. I don't want to. If I learned that I had eaten a kindred, I'd be very sad. But I might. Alma, thank you very much for the super. It took me a while to figure out what you were trying to say there. There you go. Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh, you're gonna have a good time, alright, for fucking eternity. I'm triple S tier in your heart. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. That's nice. I'm goated in. Yeah, I solo. That one guy who said Goku solos on the Showerhead stream, he's wrong. I solo Goku. That's not true. That's not true. I don't think many demons could solo Goku. Well, really, if he's on like planet busting yeah, probably not. Probably not. I don't think any demon currently alive could solo Goku, but it remains to be seen. Winter, thank you very much. Something raised with humans might think that it's human. Have you encountered something like that? No comment. Lucy, thank you for the super. I'll eat you. Legs divorced. Who said that? Wallflower, thank you very much. Think of neck biting for some reason. I mean, that's where all the blood is. I'm not really I don't know if, you know, I'm not a vampire or anything. But my fangies might disagree. And thank you very much. As someone who's always rejected anything scary, can you convince me to watch that short? I was already scared to death when I saw the cover. It's a little scary. It's mostly just me narrating and telling you about it, but the concept of that demon is pretty scary. Trust me, if you are worried about being scared, you don't have to watch it. No pressure, okay? What does Tuskaru mean? It's short for Tuskaru, and it's a Japanese turn of phrase. It means to say, you have blessed me. Thank you so much for that. So if I make a sound or do a thing that people like the sound of, they might say Tuskaru. BTX, thank you for the super. Would you convince me to join membership? I'm in a dilemma. Knew you for a long time already. Much love, my lord. Well, the membership, or the citizenship, as we like to call it, gives you access to all kinds of things. So you get fun emotes that you can use. You get all kinds of emotes to use, and some of them are very funny. We have an Orson Welles one, we have a Court in 4K one, among others. You also get access to members-only streams, of which I do many. I like to play my favorite games on member streams. I like to play RuneScape, in which I dial up the gain on my mic, and we do a little bit of ASMR, and I talk in a nice, soft, low voice that I may not do publicly. And then also we like to watch films together. We do members only watch-alongs. We've seen a lot of films together, lots of horror movies. So there's all kinds of reasons to become a member. I'd highly recommend it. Yukimi, thank you so much for the super. I'll season myself to taste good for you. Do you prefer sweet or salty? I'd like you nice and sweet. I'd like you nice and sweet like honey, honey. Because you're my honey, aren't you? Mwah. Kados, thank you very much. What would happen if you consumed the cream demon? Is it dissolvable in tea? It has much... You remember Hunter x Hunter where Hisoka said that bungee gum had the properties of both rubber and gum? The creamin has the properties of cream. And so yes, it is perfectly edible. It cannot harm you from inside. Unless you already had an absurd amount of cream inside of you, so much so that it was able to congeal with it, and then... But even then, you would need an absurd amount of cream. You would need to be like morbidly obese, and every single ounce of fat in your body would need to be comprised of cream. And I think you would need to consume like an entire shipping container worth of cream for that. Maybe I'm a lion. Thank you very much for the gifted. And Lucy, thank you for the gifted as well. Ash, thank you very much for the super. As a big fan of horror and ARGs, I was so excited to watch the short. Love scary stuff. Oh, there's going to be lots of it. Sasuga, thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. Confetti Color Star, thank you for the gifted as well. Clotted creamin'. Do you have a sort of demon radar? Sadly, no. I wish I had a demon radar. I mean... If you talk, I don't have a literal device that sits on my desk that goes bing! If there's a demon nearby, like a submarine, you know, bing! 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 I don't have that. But I guess if it's more like a gaydar, where you just sort of have this internal one eyebrow raise, this little... Every time you think you see one, then yeah, I tend to have a bit of a... Sometimes if I figure that someone is a demon, I'm like, wait a minute. I tend to be able to tell pretty quickly, but some of them have eluded me fairly quickly. Some of them have really snuck past me. Love Cake, thank you very much for the super. This clotted creamin' is out of this world. Hey, give me a pizza, but hold the cheese and hold the crust. Hey, Gary, give me a pizza with nothing. Nothing? Give me a creamin', but hold the cream. Hold the cream. Gary, give me a creamin' with nothing. Nothing? You might get a shirt from one of the few times they've managed to put clothes on. Loikos, thank you so much for the super. Just had a terrible week as I'm feeling extremely stressed out with my exams. And next week is going to be an even worse week. I think I just need some hugs. You're going to be all right. Shh. It's going to be okay. I'm looking forward to hearing about it because I know you're going to do well. And even if you don't, the world will keep spinning and you will find your way. I promise you. Show your teeth or whatever. And thank you very much. Even if I don't watch your horror show, you still accept my love? Of course I do. It's horror. It's not meant to be for everybody. It's not meant to be for everybody. So, yeah. I'm really grateful that you guys are so into all of this and are so into the short, and for those of you who've watched it, I will admit there was a part of me that was quite spooked before I uploaded it because I was really worried that with my idea about making a spooky thumbnail, some people would be like, oh, I can't believe I have to look at this why would he do this? And I was worried I was going to have more sort of like pushback to that kind of thing. But I'm really happy that people seem to be responsive and enjoying the idea. It makes me very, very happy. So I'm definitely going to keep working. Definitely going to keep working on it. The last of my anxiety has been thrown away. And there's more that I want to do. And thank you very much for the super. And Jayu, thank you so much. Got home from the OEN Cafe. The brownies were so good and the messages you left were so cute too. Oh, I love you too. I'm so glad you had fun. Damien, cannot of it. Do you remember things about specific kindred? Of course I do. I remember everybody. If you've shown up here and you've talked a little bit and I've, responded to like a message or a super from you, there's chances are I probably remember a little bit about your personality. I remember, Damien, you're probably big into pup play. That's the biggest thing I remember about you. Sorry to put you on blast. Luca's titties. Wow. Good to see you. You're looking huge today. Hello and congrats. Thank you very much. Lenny, can you wish me a speedy recovery? I'm sick. Get well soon. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. Foxyberry, ever since you got that strange Soul Ink letter, I'm assuming there's a handful of demons who are afraid of you or see you as a threat. Will we perhaps learn more about that in the near future? Well, thankfully I've not heard much from those guys. They saw what I did to Erod and they saw how I escaped from his goons. So I'm feeling okay about that, to be honest. I think they're a little, too scared, but maybe they're going to get mad and they're going to watch me saying this, but I think they're too cowardly to even watch my streams. They don't want to see me succeed. You tell them. Yeah, that's it. You tell them. If you're A-tier, you must be really powerful then. I mean, yeah, You watch The Demon Hungers. I made a whole movie about it. I'd say that's pretty A-tier to me. That's pretty A-tier. The worst thing about it, though, is that, I put Dispensary in B-tier because I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me now while I'm just thinking about, trying to remember which ones I've seen. I'm worried that I'll get to a certain point. Maybe I'll have to introduce like a B-, B+ type tier because like, maybe there will be one that's like, it's not really A, it's not really B, it's somewhere in between, and I'll be like, oh god, I put Dispensary too high, for fuck's sake. And then suddenly there's going to be a report that someone was actually killed by a Creeman, and then the Creeman becomes the most powerful demon of all. Wouldn't that be funny? I wouldn't mind if that happened. If I died to the Creeman, I would be like, you know what, this is funny, this is fine. Those guys suffered way too much. What the helly? What are you talking about? But is A- the same as B+? No. Dying because of a lump of cream. Sure, it's happened. Just do whatever you want, man. Care to no one. That's inspiring. Hell yeah. My mother just heard that too. Why does everybody watch my streams on speaker around their parents? Why has nobody learned? I am the big caca penis demon. I talk about cum and cock every single day of my life. And yet regulars who have been here for ages have still you're playing a game of Danger Wank. You're playing a game of chicken. You're playing Akuma chicken right now. You're playing the like you're trying to get out of the way of cars in the road. You're sat there with me on speaker right next to your parents being like la 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 la. I'm gonna see if I can mute it on time before he's about to say something sus. And you never will. You never will. You will always be too slow. I will always be the ridiculous the Creeman is the cream demon. I'm the cream pie demon. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'd like to apologize to Jesus Christ for what I've done to. I'm sure if he heard me at this time, he'd probably be kind of upset with me. Maybe he'd be into it. I don't know. Don't bring Jesus into this. Alright, I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. Can demons be religious? Well, demons in a sense are religion in a sense is a means of, human beings making sense of supernatural phenomena like demons and like, gods, although gods are a lot more difficult to comprehend, really. For me, I've seen enough to know that I'm not a part of any... I'm a demon, and I'm not a part of any organized religion, I wouldn't say. But I know there is a God. There is something. Whether it's multiple, or whether it's monotheistic, or whatever. I know there is one. And I don't think he would be very fond of me, for many reasons. You can watch The Demon Hungers if you want to know more about that. And I've seen a little too much evidence to be a full atheist, or anything like that. Brother, sorry, Jesus, I'm so sorry for making that cream pie joke, okay? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well in the kingdom of heaven right now. Please, give me this day my daily bread. I need to afford a new pair of shoes. I was walking home from breakfast this morning, and my shoelaces came undone like 6 times. I think it's time. My shoes are getting a bit banged up. I think I need to get some new shoes. Little Luna, thank you very much for the super. I have speaker then turn you down when someone walks in. Yeah, no, that's smart. That's smart. Gooey Flames, would you think that you're an A tier even if the whole singularity risk does not really factor into the ranking? Well, what do you think is in S tier? What do you think is in S tier? My Balenci's? No, not my Balenci's. They're fine. I've just been wearing my Jordans, mostly. The Jordans are a lot more comfortable and less flamboyant than the Balenci's. I enjoyed the short, even if I have a bit of trypophobia. I loved how it was done, and I love the horror aspect. Well, that's good. I'm glad you managed to enjoy it, even with that fear aspect there. I'm proud of you for getting over your fear. Are you afraid of garlic? No, I'm not a vampire. Garlic is fine. I quite like garlic. Garlic smells great. It's nice. Masato, thank you for the super. Kinda glad I am the only one in my home that understands English. It's okay for me to stream with speaker. Ah, fair enough. Glad to catch up with your stream, and I miss you. I miss you too. And for your sake, I won't make any sound effects now, even though I felt the compulsion to try. God, thank you very much. Is it possible to make that short art available without the text? I intend to make a physical guide about this one and future demons, like a journal. Really enjoyed this short. Can't wait to know more. Okay, I'll ask Melly about that. Maybe I'll release it for members, or maybe I will, or maybe she will release it on her social media. We'll see. Do bo 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 bo. Bo 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 do 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 bo 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 bo. Have I met vampires? I've met creatures that I guess you could say resemble it. Really, if you think about me, and you think about the modern cultural depiction of a vampire, I'm kind of like a vampire in a way, right? Like vampires who fully blend in with human society, but need some kind of inexplicable resource that forces them to kill a human being in order to keep living, and they like to eat normal food but can't necessarily live off of it. And I'm also hundreds of years old, much like many vampires. Edward Cullen, I think he would understand me. Maybe. Well, I met Kuzuha, right? No, this is true. Well, I've not met Kuzuha-senpai in person. I've not met Kuzuha-senpai in person, so I wouldn't really consider that. But I've had a brief chat with him over the phone in as little Japanese as I can understand. Lenny, thank you very much for the super. Tried to riz you just now and failed. I'm not sick, just love sick for you. Hey, that works for me. That works for me, baby. Lily, thank you. Please keep doing what you love. It really sounds so interesting what you have planned. I can't wait to see more. See, that's the thing, right? I really appreciate that because I'm noticing during this stream, I'm talking so much because I'm so excited to do all of this. I think it feels so much more natural to me to be working on this sort of, you know, narrative-based stuff. And what I love about shorts is that instead of working on, I mean, I loved working on Demon Hungers, but that was such an astronomical commitment that costs so much time and so much money that making shorts, it feels so manageable and possible and so much more accessible than people. I mean, if I keep uploading them, it's quite likely that one of these shorts is going to be, you know, viewed more than the Demon Hungers at this rate. Shorts get such crazy views. Random YouTube short of a guy doing a shortcut in DK Bonanza I saw this morning had 15 million views. Like, shorts are crazy. I don't know but this is it. I'm a YouTube boomer. I'm a YouTube boomer. I am only used to the old stuff. I mean, even streaming on YouTube felt new to me at a certain point. So I was only ever into just videos, and getting used to shorts took me a while. YouTube. Hey guys, Tuesday. Hey guys, it's fucking Tuesday, innit? It's Tuesday right now. How many people have you sucked? Not in a dirty way. What else could that possibly mean? What else could that possibly mean? Like eaten. I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about that. And thank you very much for the super. I watched the 1922 version of Nosferatu. It must have been very scary back then. It becomes cute and funny. I find this, yeah. I mean, it would have been shocking back then. And there are a couple shots from Nosferatu 1922 that I find to be pretty effective. But it's definitely a product of its time. Now is the hour. Lucy, thank you very much for the soup. I thought the YouTube shorts were all just brain rot. I mean, if you think about it, I'm introducing a brand new set of unique characters, all with interesting, slightly spooky designs. If you think about it, I'm creating my own Italian brain rot, which will not have any AI involved. So you can enjoy them guilt-free. Lollipop, thank you very much for the super. Hello to my love. Hello to you too. Tokito, thank you for the Aku Super. If you introduce more demons, I think we could have the opportunity to publish another illustrated encyclopedia. I really love your friend Milikas's artwork. There's always been a subtle elegance in the lines. No, I agree. No one really does it like her. She's always had an incredibly unique style. I don't think any artist that I've met really has the specific artistic chops that she's got. She's always so capable and so keen and interested in working on stuff. And I love that, you know, when I approached her about this, she was excited and was like, finally, you know, she said she got to flex her muscles as an artist and try something new. And, you know, finished all of it before we'd even discussed the price. Because she just loved to do it. So, thank you for the Aku Super, Tokito. You're very kind to me. And, Rinaria, thank you for the 20 gift. God damn, there's a lot of gifted. Everybody get into citizenship right fucking now. Yukiji, thank you very much. I have that Vox Akuma brain rot. Well, yeah, I'm trying to give you a little more. There are more demons you can have brain rot for, but the only brain rot that makes you, that gives you pleasure is the brain rot for me. Those other ones, you got to brain rot because you're scared of them. You got to be scared of those guys. Lily, thank you for the 43 months. Oh my god. Oh my god. And Cerulia, thank you for the super. Hearing your voice after a long day is comforting. I felt so sleepy once I opened the stream. I guess I'll be sitting here and learning about demons sleepily. I love you. I love you too, Cerulli. I hope you have a wonderful sleep and a great rest of your night. What is happening? Hi. Everybody dying of our big disease. When you eat the soul, do you inhale it or do you crunch the entire body? It's a lot more... It's basically if I, or any demon, is close by to a human when they die, the soul just kind of sticks around for a little bit, and if no demon is nearby, it goes straight up towards the afterlife. But if I or any other demon is nearby, it will just get sucked in and fly straight into my chest, like... I have no control over it. There have been far too many times when I've, you know, slain another demon and then realized a little too late that, oh, they had a lot of dormant souls inside of them, and hundreds pour out, and I run, and I run, and I run, and I run, but I can't run fast enough, and then it gets me, and then I transform, and it's a bit nasty. Like Minecraft experience orbs. Yes, correct. That's what's happening in Minecraft. Every Minecraft character is a demon. Bro does a big suck. Not intentionally, though. I just have a gravitational pull. And if you think about it scientifically, Zuhang, thank you, Zuhang, thank you so much for the 43 months. God damn. If you think about it, everybody's got a gravitational pull. It's just very tiny. Do you know that if you went up to another person and you stood with your noses touching, you are exerting the same gravitational force on that person as the moon is exerting on you right now? That's a little fact I learned from where? Vsauce. Like I learn everything from Vsauce. Because gravity is a property of matter. If you have mass, you have gravity. How'd you even measure that? I don't know. People smarter than I have measured these things. I'm just here to tell them to you. Super excited to see more of the Demon Survival Guide to Demons. Though I'm not a horror person, I adore this. Thank you, Snuntaku, for the super. Well, thankfully, you're going to be... There are going to be a few that aren't quite so scary. Some of them are going to be funny. Some of them are going to be sad. Some of them are going to be more just interesting. There's going to be lots to look at. What the freak? What the heck? What's happening? Tear off your skin. Hitomi, thank you for the 34 months. I love horror, so really looking forward to everything you're cooking. I'm glad you guys like my creativity. I'm gonna keep this going. I doubt that it's going to take off right away. And sort of bring lots of people in right away. But the nice thing is I can just sort of keep this chugging in the background, and you never know which one of these shorts is going to pop off and then introduce a lot of people to my world. And in the meantime, it's fun. It's a lot of fun to do. It's really, really like sparking something in me. And thank you so much for the Aku Super. Nothing. I just want to say I love you. Everything about you. Well, you're really lucky because I love everything about you too. To the ends of the earth. And back, I would go to hell for you. Thank you so much for the Aku Super. You make me so happy. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's amazing, you know. It's amazing what technology can do. Because there was a time when, if I wanted to do the subtitles like they have on YouTube Shorts these days, there would have been a time where I would have needed to copy and paste my script into into individual text elements and then copy and pasted them and spent like 2 hours doing them all. But nowadays, you can just highlight it and be like, program, Sony Vegas, listen to what I'm saying. And it's like, and it got it right the first time. It got it right the first time. It immediately knew all of the words, even like demon and everything. It didn't get a single word wrong. And then I'm like, all right, I want 10 characters per line, generate subtitles. Boom! And they're done. And they're done. So crazy. Even Sony Vegas is doing it. And that's like 2008 YouTube technology. But that's also what I edited the Demon Hungers in, because I'm not a smart man. Listen, these people make YouTube shorts so fast. There's no way these people were doing manual subtitles to produce those shorts fast. At the end of the day, you've got to cut corners somewhere, and if you're given the tools to do it, I think you should do it, unless there's a clear ethical reason not to do so. Because obviously, with these shorts, I'm never going to use AI art. Obviously not, but that's what a lot of these people are doing. Cindy, thank you very much for the super. I used to be a bit scared of horror content. I'm kind of into it now. Yay! Can't wait to see more of the shorts you make. That makes me so happy. I'm glad I could have helped you come over that fear a little bit. It's like how I've been feeling about roller coasters. I've been getting recommended so many YouTube videos and shorts about roller coasters, and suddenly I'm like, damn. I'm getting into like the theme park fandom now. I'm watching a load of like theme park YouTubers who are like, this week in theme parks. And it's like this, and it's like the fucking Mungo Bungus ride in Shittown, Ohio, just added a new color for their trains on this one ride called the Up and Downy Machine, and I'm like, wow, I'm glad they did that. Worried, thank you. Happy to hear you so eager and inspired. This is fascinating. Can't wait to learn more about the demons so we can protect ourselves better. I'm glad you are, because you're going to be learning lots more. Jenny, thank you so much for the super. More horrible stories? Yes, please. I'm so glad you guys are excited. You're going to get a whole lot of stuff. There's a lot of interesting stuff coming in. Yeah, I went to Shittown, Ohio once. It was surprisingly nice. I'd love Defunct Land. I did watch a Defunct Land video. But I've been watching this guy called Digital Dan. Because he's British, he does a load of videos going to British theme parks like Legoland and Chessington and Alton Towers and stuff like that. I really want to go. I think the next theme park on the docket for me is probably going to be Alton Towers, because I like how big that park looks, and I think there are lots of scary coasters there, but most of all, what am I trying to say here? There are also lots of rides that you can use to work your way up to the big ones. And they don't have any. The thing I'm still a little scared of is really tall rides, right? Because, like, the Smiler, for example, very intense, still has the world record for the most inversions in a roller coaster. 14, 15, I think. But it's not very tall. And that's the thing that I think would still scare me about it. So if I went to Thorpe Park and I wanted to conquer that, I'd have to go on Hyperia. And Hyperia is like 230 feet tall. No, it's not. It's like 600 feet tall. How tall is Hyperia? Oh yeah, it is 236 feet tall. So it was never as tall as King Dakar, but it is the tallest roller coaster in the UK at this time. 72 meters tall, so very, very tall. And so when I look at Thorpe Park, I'm like, I don't know if I can do that right now. I could probably handle Soar the Ride and maybe Stealth. Maybe. If I can go on Stealth, I can do anything. Venus, thank you for the super. Wonder if you're still planning on doing a long film in the future? I wouldn't worry about that. I will always have plans to work on stuff like that. There's a lot going on that I cannot speak on right now, and that I may not be able to speak on for some time. But I always have things going on, so don't worry. Misty, thank you for the super. There's a cat named Baby Corn on YouTube Shorts I watch who's a kitten who's wobbly. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. They have cerebellar hypoplasia. I've heard of this condition that makes animals wobbly. It's very cute. Because they don't know. They don't know that they're more wobbly than anybody else. They're just going to go where they're going. It's so cute. 2 source tall. Am I 3 source long? Maybe. Akuma, thank you for the super. Grateful to have the opportunity. Can you learning about demons under your tutelage? Well, I'm going to teach you about a whole lot of them. And I'll be working on all kinds of ones. I think if I was to work on another one, I do need to make one about myself, because I wouldn't need any new artwork. I've already got lots of artwork to work with, and probably use some footage from the Demon Hungers for that one as well. Many source long. Yeah, I'm 8 source long. What made you start with the dispensary first? It's because I contacted Melly and I thought about the different ones that I had already written down, you know, of ones that I was interested in making shorts about, and I thought, you know what, of all the ones, I think this one will speak to her art style the most. This is the one that she's going to enjoy drawing the most. I love Rigby the freaky cat. I don't know about Rigby, but I'm definitely going to look Rigby up at some point soon. Is that why you're going to use my drawing on a short for yourself? No, actually no. It will be on a different one, but it's already been made, and it's pretty good. That one's a lot more abstract, less scary, and more cosmically terrifying. And I saw that artwork of yours, and I was like, oh, that's it. I don't need to commission anybody. This one is perfect as is. And I also may have done some digging and found another old piece of art of yours that I also put in there. But since you said yes to the first one, I figured you'd be fine with the other one as well. So you can look forward to seeing that next time I stream, which should be maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Tender Dream, thank you very much for the Aku Super. Thank you, darling. Loved your short. The creepy vibe is so good. It freaks me out. Can't stop watching. Reminds me of being a kid and staring into the dark, half wanting something to appear. The more unsettling it is, the more drawn I am to it. I can't wait to see more. That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. It's so reassuring to me that I can put together these shorts and that people aren't super opposed to it and are interested to learn more. That was the biggest part I was worried about, that people were going to be kind of like, what the hell is this? I'm so glad that so many of you are really keen on seeing more of these. That makes me really happy. So thank you for the Aku Super, Tender Dream. I love you very much, and I'm glad that you wanted to let me know that you liked it. Jewel, thank you for the 26 months. Got it! Got it! I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Who knows where this is going to go. Yeah, can't wait to teach you guys. Let me check, because there are thousands of demons out there, and there are hundreds of them that I've had experiences with personally. But let me check. How many have I written down so far? Just as like a provisionary. When I decided I wanted to do this, I was out for a walk, and I just decided to sit down and be like, let me jog my memory, get down as many of these as I can, and describe them in as brief a context as I can. So there are 7 that I have completely ready already. And that's just from the ones that I've written down so far, and there are hundreds that I have to draw from. So there's tons. There's tons. We got a lot of great stuff to work through. At least 7 shorts. Oh yes. Oh yes. In fact, one of them I'm wanting to split into multiple shorts as well. I've just got all kinds of ideas. Odessa, thank you. Love how you talked about cream pies while I'm at work in front of us. Why are you watching? You better not be on speaker. You better not be on speaker. Were you like near to your boss while your headphones are in and you hear me talking about, you know, a good cream pie? Jesus. Diva, thank you very much for the super. There's some medieval demon compendiums, but they are accurate. I'm excited to know more. Well, most of these that speak on, demons that they would have seen at the time would have come from people's experiences with them at the time. They would have been flawed recollections, certainly. But there is some truth. There is some truth to those old writings. Listen to actor ASMR at work with my boss right by me. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on your soul, because you're going to be joining those demons in hell the way you're going. But knowing you, I think you might enjoy that. Yeah. This is why, remember guys, be careful, because this is why they call it not safe for work. This is why they call it not safe for work, because you shouldn't be viewing or listening to these things at work. But I took all those down, so it's not my responsibility anymore. It's not my responsibility anymore. You can do what the fuck you want. I don't care anymore. Watching you while I work on speaker for almost 4 years now, that makes me happy. I'm glad I can help you get through your work. If I wasn't in my current position, a job that I think, it's modern day security guards have it so easy compared to what I've been through. We have Calyx now, who's a bouncer, but I've been not really a bouncer, but I've been a bodyguard before. And when I think about, I guess a security guard is a modern day version of, a random bodyguard. But I think I would love being a security guard, because you just kind of sit and look at cams like FNAF, You just look at cams like FNAF, and you, sit on your ass and eat donuts all day. And then occasionally something may happen. Chatsama, thank you for the 29 months. God damn. Thanks for brightening my day with your lovely smile. Yippee. Yippee. I'm smiling a lot today because you've all made me really happy. I'm glad that I could upload a really creepy YouTube short and everyone's so excited about it. And now I'm excited about it too. Did you guys see that one e-girl tweet where she sent a picture of her ass to some guy and he said that her ass was so perfect and round it looked like Northern Lion's head? If your ass looks like Northern Lion's head, DM me immediately. Kokone, thank you for the super. Do demons ever make contracts like the sort in Black Butler, or is that not really a thing? There definitely are some that do. There are some that do. A lot of demons will use some humans as a means of furthering their goals, and contracts are a good way to achieve that. There are many that manage to sort of trick, these contracts are enchanted and they, you are literally soul bound to it, and if you ever break the terms of the contract, it's not as easy as running from a debt collector. So there are quite a few who do manage to do that, but a lot of the time demons will they'll just kill you. They'll just kill you. Odessa, thank you. She just surprised me and you were speaking normally. And then she appeared and there you were talking about cream pies. Have a good laugh about it. Well, that's good. As long as you guys are having a good laugh about it. You're all adults at the end of the day. How does one spawn, my lord? No one's done it before. You can't spawn me. You can't summon me. I'm a free demon. Going about my own life. I'm the Freeman. Gordon Freeman, that is. Mr. Freeman. We are going to need your Supreme t-shirt back, but the Jordans, you have earned them. Nick Stepanini, thank you so much for the 43 months. God damn! Usually stream when I get home from work. Feels like I'm winding down with you at the end of the day. I love you too. Good to have you back. Sit down with me. Let's relax. Does that mean you're the god? Don't think so. I don't believe I'm a god. If I was a god, I would be so pissed that I've gone through so much hard shit. If I was a god, I'd be like, well, I could just... I'm simply choosing not to do this anymore. Astaghfirullah. Inshallah, you be safe from the demons of this world. Don't worry, I'll be looking after you guys. No matter which religion you consider yourself a part of, we're all vulnerable to these demons. And suddenly the Muslim kindred fan base is alive and thriving. Well, this makes me happy. I'm glad to have some diversity. Gives me an opportunity to learn as well. Very lively. Oh, don't you know it? Thank you for the super. Faith, thank you very much for the super. At this point, you shouldn't be surprised where we watch your streams at. That's true. You got to make room. You got to make room to do it anywhere. Well, see, this is what's surprising to people, right? Is that I'm a demon. I shouldn't be halal, but I actually am. How am I pronouncing it so well? I am the voice demon. But to be fair, I've always just had a knack for pronunciation. I enjoy studying pronunciation, and I enjoy getting it right. Might be a way of me coping with the fact that I'm not very good at actually learning languages. Kissy Chua, thank you so much for the 23 months. One more month until 2 years. So happy. I haven't heard your voice in a long time. I missed you too. Good to have you back. Sunny, thank you very much for the super. Thinking about it, Princess Mononoke considers herself a wolf. Why did I say it like that? Princess Mononoke. If I consider myself a demon in your species, will you ever allow me? Because you are where my heart feels close to. Well, if you, I wouldn't wish that upon you. I will love you just as much, even if you're as long as you're just a human. If you're a demon, well, then I might have to kill you. Smee, thank you for the 34 months. And Wallflower, thank you very much for the super. My OC is a wizard, descendant of Merlin, a Nephilim who was the son of an incubus. Learning more about demons makes me want to write more. That makes me so happy. I'm glad you want to work more on your little characters. That's so cute. Yeah, no. I mean, that thing about demons burning up in church and in the mosque is that is not real. I've been to plenty of churches and I'm fine. But maybe that's because I am halal, and so maybe God doesn't hate me as much as I think he does. I mean, I just think that the Lord works in mysterious ways and probably doesn't cause demons to have such easy deaths. I think it's a lot more, I think what's waiting for me in the afterlife is a lot more painful than that. But I'm not going to think about that. As long as I stay healthy, I won't have to worry about that for eternity. Hopefully not. Jewel, thank you very much for the super. Wondering if you know of Tolp's 1500 book nicknamed The Book of Monsters. Newly discovered disabilities were likened to monsters. Interesting medical monster crossover. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it is curious then. It reminds me of how, mental disabilities, I'm old enough to remember sort of in the 1800s and previous, anyone with a mental illness that was pronounced enough, would just be considered mad, you know, and then they would be locked up or killed or worse. They're just mad, because back then people didn't know better. They would just think that you were mad. What do you think about demons eating dreams? Well, if a demon consumes your soul, all your dreams and hopes and your entire personality, you know, everything about who you are as a person just goes straight into them. So I guess they kind of do, but not while you're alive. If that was possible, oh man. Although, well, in a metaphorical sense, I suppose they can do that. There is one that I'm thinking of that can do that. Masato, thank you for the super. I really love to watch your streams because you always surprise us, no matter the topics, wording, and sound effects. We love Mr. Akuma always. I'm glad you guys can keep up. I love to speak lots. It is nice that I get this lovely crew. Recently found your channel, don't have much of a clue what's going on. Don't worry, just chill out. I'm uploading the shorts to make sure that things are a little bit easier to understand. You know, that should be like a really nice digestible way of letting people know all of the complicated stuff, and they can just watch these fun shorts and then know everything you need to know. But if you do really want to know what's going on, there's a little movie I made. It's less than an hour. It's real good. It's real good. I think you'd like it. Rachel, 31 months. Goddamn. Love how in your element you were with this short. Peak production, storytelling. Hihi. Itadakimasu. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. I'm buzzing. I was buzzing all day the other day. You know, it's funny. I was planning. I had food ready and I was planning on cooking dinner for myself. But then I literally, the time kept going by and I kept editing and I kept working and I was like, I have to order food. I can't stop to cook. I'm too locked in. There's no way. There's no way that I'm going to be able to, in good conscience, sit here, you know, leave my computer to go and make myself food. I have to finish this now because I'm enjoying it so much. And I've not felt that in some time. I've really not felt that in quite some time. I love, yeah, that creative flow. It is really brilliant. And it's amazing just how light and easy the process of editing one of those shorts actually is. Can you explain what's going on? Demons are real and they're in your meds. Do not take your meds. That's a joke. I considered calling the short "Don't Take Your Meds," but I figured that might be somewhat controversial. I hope no one with schizophrenia sees that, so would see that short. If anything, really, the short title "There are demons in your meds," I think people with schizophrenia might actually really suffer from that. But you know, all in the nature of progress. You know, clickbait needs to come from somewhere. What if I want to buy those pills? You don't. You don't want to buy those dispensary pills because then you will become one and it's very painful. What, do you think having tiny trypophobia holes appearing all over your face and pills oozing out of your skin is pleasurable? When that's finished, you die. You turn into ooze. Karami Amaya, thank you for the 36 months. Goddamn, my sweet, not so evil, sexy voice demon, thank you for all you do. Oh, my sexy kindred, thank you for all that you do. Lucas Titties, thank you for the super. And go to bed, honey. Good night, love you. All right, sweetheart. I'll have your lunch ready tomorrow. I'm chilling with the ooze pills. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that you're managing your condition well. Makes me proud of you. Joel, thank you for the super. A base that ooze pilled. I'm bullying right now. Ooze pilled. You can't listen. Lots of innocent people have fallen prey to you know, to the dispensary. You know, remember that drug addiction is a symptom of poverty much of the time, and it's not always as simple as just saying no. So it's a terrible tragedy when someone is in that poor of a situation that they would take something that they're not sure about and wind up in that situation. So, you know, remember, you know, it's like they say, not criminals. They're sick and they need help. So, you know, it's a sad thing. It's the YouTube short, it's very, you know, the existence of the dispensary, it's meant to be a bit of brain rot and, like, you know, something interesting for you guys to educate yourselves. But at the end of the day, it does come from a pretty serious place, you know? The more aware you are, the more able you will be to resist that kind of thing. But sometimes just saying no, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, depending on where you're from and the kind of environment you were raised in. Will you be my BBG? My big guy? Yeah! I'm a big guy! Ooh! You know who the first dispensary was? I do not. I've simply heard about them and saw one for myself, but you know, I can only imagine there have been a few hundred of these. They spread so quickly. I mean, so many of these pills come out. It's just that it's not the most efficient way of reproducing. So many of these pills wind up just sort of expiring after a while. But, you know, they always wind up reproducing decently fast. Evan, thank you for the 32 months. I love you. Mwah. Big friendly giant. Oh, the BFG. I love the BFG. That's... What? Is that my favorite Roald Dahl? I think it might be. BFG makes me very happy. I love the... When was it from? Was it the 90s or the 70s? BFG. 1989. That's it. 1989. God, how nostalgic. I gotta watch this again. The 1989 BFG. Oh, what a classic. Such a product of its time. Such fascinating little animation. I loved it. Misty, thank you very much for the super. If you consume me, the flashes in your eyes will be all the bridal fit I imagine you on, so tread carefully. Remember, I see all the way down to the very bottom of you and the core of who you are as a person, so inside, all I'm gonna see is just how often you think about me. So which one of us needs to be scared? Big fucking giant. I suppose it could mean that. No, he's the big friendly giant. He's nice. He's nice. That's the whole point, is that he's lovely. The BFG. Reminds me of the animation. It sort of reminds me of Ralph Bakshi, I think. It's very nice. Wendy, thank you so much for the super. When the Professor ASMR came out, I decided to wear my school uniform blouse and short skirt to add to the immersion. Fuck. That's kind of hot. Fuck me. Oh dear. Well, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you had fun. You got me. You got me. You got me. I'm sure it was very cute. I'm not broken. I'm not broken. I get turned on by multiple things a day. This is just one of them. New kink unlocked. What do you mean new? What do you mean new? This is I've had this for a long time. He's broken. He's Ron. He's Ron. Everybody just got here. I love it when people say that. I love it when people say that. It's always whenever I say something that's a bit sus and people are like, I just got here. What do you mean he's talking about the porno schoolgirl outfit? What the fuck is going on? Rip Professor Akuma, you will be forever missed. I don't know if his wife is gonna miss him. I think she'll be glad he's dead. That bastard couldn't keep his dick in his pants. Bro, my sister walked in. Guys, get a pair of headphones. If you want to avoid the embarrassment. I just saw this, right, guys? Check this out. Check this out. So, today I found a stand for a clinical product called Dr. Jart. Spelt J-A-R-T. I'm not kidding. Dr. Jart. And it's supposed to be a skincare thing. It neutralizes redness, it says. I saw this and I was like, holy shit, Dr. Jart. And I'd never seen this before. Maybe I had seen it, but I didn't think about it because I didn't know what jarting was. It's called Dr. Jart, and I immediately sent it to Zaddy, and then Zaddy sends me this.
I'm gonna freaking jart, Zaddy. Holy shit.
And then I sent him this.
Hello, let's a jart.
Because I'm on Android, and my mic isn't as good as his.
Oh my god, Lingolini, is that you?
Ah.
And then I said this.
Mamma mia!
Yeah, I don't think it really captured my wah quite as well as I would have wanted to. Lion, thank you so much for the 43 months. God damn! God damn! Ooh. You know what I fancy right now? Ooh, I've done so well recently. You know what I'm thinking about? Thinking about getting myself a burger. And loading up the VoxU tag on the good old X.com. Oh, that's a good way to spend an afternoon. Danna, thank you for the 43 months. God damn. Thank you very much. My favorite, I'm so glad I tweeted that this morning, the whole, like, her hands, my hands look like this, so her hands can look like this. So funny, such a classic old meme. My favorite one, though, is the one where it's the guy with all the dirt under his fingernails. It's kind of grim. But it's also, like, you know, it's also so funny to think about. My hands look like this, and it's like all the dirt under this guy's fingernails, and it's like so her hands can look like this, and it's two pairs of hands pouring out a series of pills that say pills that treat a UTI. Fellas, or lesbians in the chat, if you're about to go knuckle deep into some pussy like you're in Orc City, make sure you clean under your fingernails, because bacterial vaginosis is not very nice. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I think most people would prefer not to have it. Saying about to get knuckle deep like you're in Orc City is the craziest fucking joke I've made all day. I'm actually on fire. Today. Have I experienced it? Oh, yes. I remember the first time I got bacterial vaginosis. God, it was horrible. Lace, thank you very much for the super. Will you get turned on if I tell you that I've dreamt about you having beach sex with DK? I had sex on the beach with Donkey Kong? What? Your peepees became missiles and jackhammers, by the way. Oh my god. Well, whatever makes you happy, I guess. If me having construction worker themed canoodling with a 400-pound gorilla makes you happy, then yeah, thank you for letting me know. Oh, banana, literally. Winter, thank you for the super. Once I was talking to a coworker and I accidentally found out he didn't know about the sexy schoolgirl outfit. I'm pretty sure I corrupted him. It's a classic. It's a real classic. Did he clap the DK cheek? I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so, because remember the average erect gorilla penis is only 1.5 inches long. So I don't think a gorilla penis would really satisfy me all that much. Yam Fujiki, thank you for the 33 months. Goddamn. Why do I know that? Because I googled it. One time I was curious, I was like, I wonder, do gorillas have big penises? And it turns out they do not. They do not. They've got very small penises in the grand scheme of things. No disrespect to any micro-penis havers. You're still valid and wonderful, but it's called a micro-penis for a reason. George got too curious. Nah, I'm the man in the yellow hat. I just lost it somewhere, because I lose everything in life. Lace, thank you for the super. Low-key traumatized me a bit. Also, I wrote the dream in a tweet. Would you like to read it? I think I have to now. I think I have to. I think I need to read it now. I'm too curious about this strange Vox Akuma Donkey Kong Sex on the Beach dream. Hopefully you're just talking about the cocktail. Faith, thank you very much for the super. I often forget you're a vocal food eater. You had me not wanting to eat burgers for a while. Luckily, I finished the burger I had the other day. Never wanted to eat another burger after that. Well, I'm sorry. I'm a very vocal food eater. I mean, that's when I'm on stream. I mean, sometimes if I'm really hungry, I think the best food experience I had, paying, thank you for the 42 months. Crazy. Goddamn. Was when last year during leagues, rest in peace, I remember, because I had taken my meds at the time, and the thing about ADHD medication is that it nukes your appetite and it makes you not want to eat any food. I had basically had a very small breakfast and then eaten nothing all day for like a 10-hour stream. And then at the end of the day, I was like, fuck me, I'm hungry. And I ordered Nando's. Cheeky Nando's. Got myself a fucking cheeky Nando's, mate. And there's Nando's all over the country. Pretty much no matter where you are, as long as you're in some kind of town, you can probably get Nando's delivered. And I had this Nando's like sunset burger. And I literally, it felt like my stomach was thanking me. My stomach was so, it had been begging for some food in it. My stomach was kneeling down with its hands between its legs, with its tongue out going like, ah, like it was so excited. It was so excited to get some food. I literally felt my whole body like collapsing into itself because I didn't realize how hungry I was. It was crazy. It was so crazy how much difference that burger made. Lucy, thank you very much for the gifted. The sunset burger gave my friend explosive diarrhea. Well, thankfully, this did not happen to me. Thankfully. I was too descriptive for my own good. I'm just, listen, when I'm high energy, I like to describe things. What can I say? With its hands together in prayer. Well, we've been talking about a load of somewhat suggestive topics, so I wasn't thinking about the Lord. I was thinking about a good cum shot. Kiwi, thank you for the super. It's been a while. Watching any VODs, traveling out with Minui. Hope you're doing well. Glad you're having fun traveling. Got a new YouTube short out you should check out. It's very scary. It's good to see you again. Thank you for the super. Ladies, put the tweet in the live tag. Alright, cool. Let me read this. Let me read this shit. Ladies, do you mind if I read this on stream? Go ahead. All right, here we are. This is This is a longer description of the DK sex dream, okay? Viola, thank you so much for the 39 months. So, I woke up from the most crazy and weird DKX Vox vivid yaoi dream I ever had. And when I mean crazy, I mean they had crazy as fuck sex on the beach in front of me. Also, this will sound like a crazy fanfic, I kid you not. Okay. The dream started normal, just me talking to my lord and him telling me he became the new elder in one of the layers in Bonanza. He called it the Dark Layer. In the middle of our conversation, he spots DK across the beach and they locked eyes. I kid you not, when DK saw my lord, his eyes became hearts and he was doing the expression he does in the game when he sees bananas. They both rushed towards each other, but did it in the most cliché, slow running on the beach scene. When they reached each other, they embraced, and DK slowly dips my lord and gives him a very passionate kiss, and they start making out. From 0 to 100, DK rips my lord's clothes with one hand, and they just start having sex on the spot. Like monkeys in heat. They didn't care if they had an audience, aka me. The weird part of the dream is that apparently the sex was so good and so passionate that their dicks transformed into objects. Long objects that are either powerful or explosive. When DK is the one putting it in, his dick became a missile, and when it was Milord's turn, he became a jackhammer. They just alternated fucking each other, and I had front row seats to this crazy, passionate, yaoi, furry sex on the beach. Wow. Well, I don't know what to say to that. I'm glad that you must have had some fucking blue moldy ass cheese before you went to bed, because that is a cheese dream, if I've ever heard one. Sakana, thank you very much for the 33 months. That was crazy. It gave me the vibes like I was doing that old fanfic reading stream. I should do another one of those. Lays, thank you very much. I blame my sleeping meds. Ah, those will do it. Those will do it. Melatonin dreams? Oh boy. Cheese dream. You never heard of a cheese dream? If you eat cheese right before you go to bed, you're more likely to have weirdo dreams. Can we submit short Voxu fix for read alouds? Oh, absolutely. No, I'll have those read by myself. I'll have those saved to my... I'll have those saved to my spank bank. Hell yeah! Cheese dreams are mental. That they are. My personal collection, yes, like my little vinyl cabinet. The what bank? Wendy, wasn't my intention to break you, but this is a win. Absolutely, it is. You can put that on your wall if you want. Wolflad, thank you very much for the super. Wanted to say my keychain of you finally arrived. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. I hope I get to see this at some point. Ah, what a good day. What a good day. So glad you guys liked this short. So glad you guys are excited about what's to come. I've got lots of stuff in the works. There's already another YouTube short ready to be uploaded, so I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, hopefully. Not sure what I want to stream tomorrow, though. Could do like, I don't know. Maybe, will I get time to stream tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know. What am I gonna... Senya, thank you so much for the gifted. It's good to see you again. Yukiji, thank you very much for the super. The last dream I had made me monkey. You made me monkey bread and then threw me out the window. Oh no. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? But yes, I will figure something out. And we will do something fun tomorrow. Unless I work hard and do something. But either way, next time I stream, you'll get to see the next short, which is a really good one that I'm quite proud of. But in the meantime, you can enjoy the other little one, and we can look forward to having some nice, fun content to supplement the streams we already have. Lily, thank you very much for the super. Thank you ever so much. Then on topic, you got first pet. You got Rocky. Well done. Best of luck on your next pet. Well done on getting Rocky. Oh, that's crazy. Well done. Well done. Oh, that's crazy rare. I don't have Rocky yet. Oh, hell yeah. All right, and Yuki, thank you so much for the super as well. All right, that's gonna do it all for me for today. I am hungry. I'm gonna go get that burger, and then I'm gonna get back to work. I'm gonna come up with some more plans, do a little bit more writing. It's an exciting time. We've got lots to look forward to. So, who knows what's gonna come next? So I really appreciate you guys being so receptive to some change and being excited to see all of these new things. So I'm going to reward you all with some lovely stuff. Jay, thank you for the 26 months. And who are we going to raid today? Who is streaming right now? Millie, Zeal, and Doppio. Let's raid Zeal. He's raided me quite a few times. He's playing Honkai. Me babe, thank you very much for the super. Thank you for everything you do. Of course. Well, good luck everybody. Have fun. See you soon. And don't let those goddamn bed bugs bite, because they might be demons too. See you around everybody. Love you guys. There's no music at the end. Fuck you. The eerie silence is deafening. Alright, see ya.